bit more out like this. So the human face is very planar. It has kind of a front that's very flat from like the sides of the cheeks and then it goes to the side plane. So when you look down from the top, it's almost like a square edge where here's one plane like this and here's the other plane going across the front. You know, smooth across the side, it's going to look like that that person doesn't have bones in their cheek and don't have muscles around the side of their mouth, and they don't have, you know, a square chin. So there's really almost like a line that goes along the side of the face that comes out. And that's why I like having a 3/4 view, because then you can look and see how far out does the brow come. Is there some kind of dent here, or is the whole thing round? How far out does the cheek come? And then you can take your head and you're not just looking front and side, but you can go in the 3D view, and I can actually go back to this high poly head, and I've got this as demonstrated. So in my reference plane, I also have a 3/4 view. So am I sharing the screen? No, I'm not sharing the screen. Share screen. Sorry. So I took many more than these, but these are the only views that I've put into this ortho. So I have front, 3/4, left side, right side. So in this 3/4, I can see like how his eyebrow ridge and how all of this works. And then what I actually did is I went in and lined up this, so you can see how it's kind of like this. And I made a new camera and went in, and if I change this to camera 1, get rid of the hair. So now I'm actually looking at the 3D lined up as closely as I could get with this 3/4. So this also helps me get things lined up as well. And I can follow this really closely because I took these photographs and I know that they're exact. If you're finding stuff on the internet or taking screenshots from multiple sources, it's not going to be so easy to do that. You're going to, rather than line it up in a viewport, you're just going to want to use it as reference. But the main thing you're trying to do is to keep things almost sculptural, where you're thinking of the whole surface when you're modeling. So you don't just line things up to a drawing that you have. You have to think about, you know, how does the limb, you know, is the arm like this, or, you know, is it triangular? What is the shape of it? And so be thinking about that on the face too. There's all kinds of ins and outs, and always try and work from big shapes to small shapes. So if I go backwards in the file, let's see if I can go really early on. So this is quite early in the file. This is still lining up to a previous model that I did, and I just started to like kind of morph it into the new shape. So this is not going to help me, sorry. Let me go back to this is already lining up with him. Maybe I have it on another. Yeah, okay, so here we go. So this is a starting file, and one of the things that's nice to look about this is, one, it shows this plane that I was talking about. So I have, you know, like the cheekbones, a lot of, you know, you don't have really anything in the what's it called, the orthographic image to help know where this point should go. So, you know, like I could put this in like this, and, you know, this could be correct if all you're looking at is front and side. And now the problem though is you can see like there's no room for a cheekbone here. So as you add stuff, even though this is nothing like the final version, you try and get everything as lined up as possible. You know, I've got the nose is already roughly in its shape, the furthest out point of the lips is there, the shape of the chin. I'm really trying to get work from large to small and not, divide to level 12 in ZBrush and start working on the nostrils, or, things so that I have perfect edge loops from the very beginning. So maybe if I go to number 2.
Notice he has iterations too, like you guys do. Yeah.
So here, this is still the same, roughly the same, but I've, done a little bit of, I think I might have merged this neck in from a different character, or maybe I modeled it here. And then I go to add 3. Yeah, so here shows like, I've gotten a little bit further, but, not, it's nowhere close to the full amount. So I've done a little bit of work on the nose, a little bit of work on the chin and the jaw, some on the eyes, and sorry, my computer was making noise. So also with the eyes, like I'm trying to set up the edge loops as soon as possible. So right now you can see like I could go in here and say inset, and now I've got, an edge loop around here. And you learn over time where you can put edge loops, but this is a good example where I can kind of see, so this edge right here is kind of the edge of where the ring-like details stop. So this is the perfect place to have it. I would not want to have it like, let's see, how would I describe it? If it were too much larger, then it would become difficult to describe like this area. This one I want, I want edges that go across this fatty tissue here, and then like this. So this is kind of the direction, because this is a bulge right here. So eventually this is how the lines will end up being in the final version. But for the eye, this is either going around the details or it's going directly across them. So this is a good place to have an edge ring. So I try very early on to do that. Like you can see here now, this outside edge is most likely going to end up being the outside edge of my mouth ring, so that I can just keep, getting tighter and tighter concentric rings to describe that. I go to.
Yeah, I use the term concentric rings all the time, like around the mouth and nostril and eyes, and yeah. Now,
yeah, so here you can see it's made more steps.
Ben, at this level,
yeah.
Do you worry? I don't know if you worry about unwrapping at this level, or do you wait till the end?
I do wait to the end on almost everything. Every once in a while, there's a technical limitation that means that I need to consider, something else. But
do you
almost all the time wait until the end, until the client has given me the go-ahead on the model portion.
Do you, on the unwrap, do you use any different tools? Is it all manual still? Manual?
Yeah, it's all manual now. I started using I really like the, what's it called?
The pelt. Do you use the pelt or anything like that? Pelt or the quick?
No, so I like the relax. Relax, like if I do an unwrap and edit. I'm not certain. I'm still using Max 2011, so this has been in there for a while.
Yeah.
I wait for this to come up.
Probably Max 2011 is probably more stable than 15 or 14.
Oh yeah.
So I use this Relax 2.
Relax 2, okay.
With it changed to by face angles, and then I like this because you can, much like Maya, you can leave like one vert unselected, and then it only relaxes the selected verts. So for example, if you have like are you able to see the camera at the same time or only the screen?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
The camera and the...
So like, let's say if you have a part that when you relax the whole thing, like maybe the hand, the fingers will start to overlap each other. So you can just take like one vert from the finger and one vert from the thumb and like, move them out to like where they should be. Then unselect them and have the rest of the hand selected and hit relax, and they'll like stretch out to meet it. So it's a really
neat.
It's
yeah.
It's a really nice tool. So actually now, I used to use Unwrap 3D Magic for my relaxing, but there's very few times I have to take it to there. It does still have a superior relax algorithm, but the Relax 2